Hey everyone, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by, much appreciated. Rich, Six String Fun. One more holiday classic. We'll try to get out to you before the end of 2020, before the end of Christmas here at 2022. So first Noel, one of my favorite tunes. What we will do here is we're gonna I'll show you at the very end the chords. Well, I mean, if you saw the beginning, which is an A, an E, and a D. You can get away with most of the song by playing that. I'm going to show you mainly in this video the melody run. Right, we'll go through all that. There's 3 or 4 unique pieces that make it work. So again, it's pretty basic in terms of just the song itself. I'm going to do it in the key of A. I just find the key of A friendly for teaching. A major pentatonic, whichever one you're familiar with, you'll see these notes are in here. I like A major because it gives me room to go up the neck on an acoustic guitar without having to worry about the cutaway. And then I can go down the neck as well, so it puts me into that, A major relative F sharp minor box. Just personal preference. So, but if you want to do it in G, you can do it in C, D, really whatever works for you. But this is how I do it. This is how I like it to do it. So check it out. And just to kind of give you some context on this, there are 2 versions of this song. I mean, again, there's traditional versions of everything, right? And if you want to get to the lesson, just there's the link below. Just click the time code, and it'll take you right there. But if you give me a minute or two, it's kind of important for me to kind of tell you where I'm coming from with this. 96, 97, I'm guessing, is right around there. A compilation CD comes out called Merry Xmas, okay? On this CD, you've got Joe Perry, Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, Alex Lifeson, Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Brian Setzer, and then you had Eric Johnson doing probably one of my favorite versions of this tune, First Noel. And that CD, because I had a physical copy of the CD, it just opened me up to different types of Christmas music, and it was fantastic. And then from there, I just learned other things, but also in conjunction with that, one of my favorite guitarists, hands down these days, has been for a while, Gary Hoey. If you're not familiar with Gary, you've got to check out his stuff. Kind of came out, I guess, early 90s, really when he started. Kind of that surf rock, if you think of Dick Dale, but which is just a much heavier tone. That was Gary when he started off. And then he kind of got into the blues side of things, which has been fantastic. Sandwiched in between there, he had a couple releases called the Ho Ho Hoey collections, I guess. It was the first CD was Ho Ho Hoey 1, and then there was 2, 3. He did a greatest hits of all of them, and it's been one of my staples every year at this time of year, hands down. And he has a version of the First Noel as well. And I've had the chance to see him play it live a couple times, and it just blows my mind how good it is. And Gary, just in general, if you're not familiar with Gary, one of the coolest dudes I think I've ever met. You go to a gig, he engages with the audience, and then he'll hang after the show, take pictures, sign autographs, have a conversation with you. As a matter of fact, I remember one time we had talked about, I asked him something specifically about the tune Drive on the Endless Summer 2 soundtrack, and he showed me how he played it, and it was just cool. So Gary, always thank you for that one. Sorry I couldn't make it on one of the gigs this year, but being down in the Carolinas, it didn't work out, but we'll see you next year. But again, one of his version of the First Noel is just fantastic as well. So check all that out if you can. Let's get into it. Let's show you how I do this, and we'll go from there. Merry Christmas, everybody. First Noel, again, as I kind of mentioned, we're going to just kind of play this in the key of A. Why? Again, I say this for a lot of my lessons. I like this position here, the fifth fret position, not mainly for this particular reason for this lesson, but because it gives me room to go up here on the acoustic guitar, and then it gives me room to kind of go down this way as well, to stay within the key. So it's personal preference. But we're going to play this one in the key of A. If you're familiar with the A major, even the A major pentatonic scale, it'll be familiar to you. So again, the major scale, right? Fingers decided not to work on the rest of the way up there. But anyway, we're going to just kind of play it's most of the song, but we're just kind of playing the medley, and we're going to play these medley lines within A major. There's 3 or 4 different medleys kind of all within there, but the main theme is this. All right, so what are we doing here? we're kind of winding up basically on the third string. We're going to start. We're going to go 6-4 on the third string, and we're coming back and we're landing on that A. That's kind of like your tonal center right there. So I'm on the A of the 7th fret, 4th string. So I hit that note, and I stay there for a second just to kind of give it ringing out a little bit, just to kind of let you know that's where we're going with this. I tend to use my pinky for a lot of this. Use whatever finger you like. I just like kind of get my pinky involved as much as I can. It just strengthens it and it gives me a chance to play, other things, stretching out a little bit further. All right, so that's the first part. 1, 2, 3. All right, so third string, string 3, and then we go to the 4th string, and we're going to come back to what we just played. All right, so the first part is a 3-note run, and the next one's gonna be a 4-note run. So again, third string, 4, 6, 7, 5 on the B string, second string. So all together so far. Okay. So that run, we're going to be on the 2nd and 1st string. We start on the 7th fret of the string 2. And then it's all 1st string. 4, 5, 7. Let's try that. Right, so we're going to go. So here, then 4, 5, back. So that's all on the first 2 strings. So all together. Okay. So most of that is going to be just on those first 2 strings, and you're going to wind up finishing that run on the 3rd string. It's really difficult for me to kind of play this slow because it's just tough for me to kind of get into the flow here. So let me do that whole first part again, okay? Slowly, as slow as I can, but we'll go from start to finish. Okay? And we're going to repeat that. Again. So we're landing on that. This is the what is this? This is kind of the C sharp, I guess. Right? Right there, we're landing on a C sharp. Now, the next 2 times you play this, on the back end of each run, you are going to add a little bit or modify the higher notes. And I'll show you the first one. You see what I did differently there? And I'll play 2 of them side by side so you can see how I did that, okay? Here's the one we started with. I'm going to switch it up now. We go here. And then there's one more where we're going to go a little bit higher on the run. And that's really the whole medley. At least that's how I play it. There might be some other intricacies in there, but for the most part, this is just how I do it. So let's do the whole thing as slow as I can without it being too slow, okay? First run. We're going to repeat that. Slight variation coming down. The last one, we change it up even more. You repeat that back end if you want. And I just kind of ended on an open A there, like a Alex Lifeson type of A. And I mean, as far as the chord progression as well, A, E, and D, I think it is. So those three chords will work good there. And I'm going to kind of just throw another, tag another thing on the end of this here. I'm going to play the same thing I just did, but on the acoustic, the electric guitar with some delay, make it sound a little bit, have some space to it, and just give it a listen. I'm going to play the same notes, but something different depending how you want to do it, okay? Should be easy enough if you're looking for just something, simple to play or, have someone sing over the medley. I think you're good with it, all right? Thank you. See you soon.